Welcome to the Granny Square series. This week you can learn how to make this lovely popcorn and granny stitch square. This is made in Stylecraft Special DK in grape, and for the demo I'm going to use the moonstone from the Stonewash range to add to my moonstone blanket, and I'll be using a 4mm hook. So let's get started. So to begin, I'm making a double magic circle, and then I will chain 2, 1, 2. So for round 1 we're going to make 4 popcorn stitches. Each popcorn stitch will be made with 4 US doubles, UK trebles, and then we'll have a chain 4 space between each stitch. So to make the first one, we're going to yarn over, go into the circle, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we're going to do that 3 more times. After you've made your 4 stitches, we'll pull the loop, the working loop, bigger, take your hook out, and then we'll pop the hook into the first stitch we made. Take hold of the yarn and then pull that through the first stitch. Pinch those together tight, and that's your first popcorn stitch. So we chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to make our second popcorn stitch. So we'll make 4 US doubles, UK trebles again, three and 4. So pull the working loop, take your hook out, go into the first stitch, take hold of the yarn, pull that through, pinch tight, and then 4, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have 2 popcorn stitches. So we're going to repeat and make 2 more stitches just as we made those 2. So I'll see you can press pause if you're making along, and I'll see you at the end of the round. So after you've made 4 stitches, we chain 4, and then we're going to pull the circle tight. So take the tail, just pull that a little bit so that we can see which loop tightened up first, and then pull that loop that tightened first. Give it a little bit of a wiggle if you need to. Pull that tight and then pull the tail end. So there's no gap, We're then going to slip stitch into the top of the first popcorn stitch. That can sometimes be a little bit tricky to find, that first stitch. And there we go. And then we're going to slip stitch into that first chain 4 space. And that's how it should look at the end of round 1. So for round 2, we're starting in the chain 4 space. We're going to chain 4, and then we're going to make 3 US doubles, UK trebles. So we're going into a granny square, traditional granny square round now. So we're going to make 3 stitches in there. These chain 4 spaces will be our corners. So then we're going to hop across after the 3 stitches. We're going to hop across to the next chain 4 space. We're going to make 3 stitches, US doubles, UK trebles, 1, 3, and then you can chain 1, or if you find that's too tight you can chain 2 for your corners, and then we'll make 3 more stitches. And that's the first complete corner made. So we're just going to hop across to the next corner and repeat. So we're going to make 3 stitches, then we're going to chain 1 or 2, same as you did. You do the same for each corner, and then 3 more stitches. Yeah, I'm doing chain 2s for this one, but I'm making them quite tight, they're not baggy chains. Yeah, and 3 more stitches. And then we're at the next corner, so we're going to go in and make 3 stitches. We chain for the corner, and then 3 more stitches. So we're now back to the first corner. Yeah, we're going to make 3 stitches into that corner. You can use that chain as your first, well, it'll be your last stitch if you want. So you only make 2 stitches. I'm going to go ahead and make 3 though. 1. Make sure you go into the corner from round 1 and not into the chain space we made at the start of this round. Yeah. So then when you've made your 3 stitches, or 2 if you're using that chain space, we're going to slip stitch into the chain space, and that's the end of round 2. So for round 3, we're going to go back to popcorn. So we're going to make 2 popcorns in the corner with a chain 4 space between. So we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then make our first 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're using US doubles, UK trebles as before. Yeah, make your loop big, go into the first stitch, take hold of the yarn and pull through. So we're now going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you find that's too much, you can do chain 3 instead. And we're going to make the next popcorn stitch into that same corner. So we'll make our 4 stitches. I need to get some slack. So we finish that popcorn off by taking the hook out, go into the first stitch, pull the yarn through, pinch it tight, and then we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. We're then going to go in between the 2 groups of granny stitches from round 3. Yeah, so we skip those 3 stitches, and then we make a popcorn stitch in between. Yeah, you can see where I'm making that. So we make 4 stitches. We then make those 4 stitches into a popcorn stitch. Pull it tight, chain 2. And we're at the next corner. So we're going to repeat. We're going to do a popcorn stitch, chain 4, and then another popcorn stitch. Then we will chain 2, and we'll be back in the middle of the edge then. And we'll go all the way around as so. So you can press pause if you're making along, and I'll see you at the end of the round. So the last popcorn stitch you make will be along the edge. Yeah, we'll chain 2, and then you'll be back at the beginning where we've got those 2 popcorn stitches in the corner. So we're going to slip stitch into the top of the first popcorn stitch, and then we'll slip stitch into the chain 4 space. Yeah, and that's how it should look at the end of round 3. If it's pulling in too much, you can always add a chain space to your corners. Yeah, but you might want to wait because round 4 can pull it out and, you know, sort that problem out. And also you might want to block it. So round 4, we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, and then we're going to make 3 US doubles, UK trebles, and they're all US doubles, UK trebles for this whole round. So we're doing a granny square round now, traditional granny square round. So that's those 3 stitches. Then we're going to hop across to the chain 2 space and make 3 stitches. After 3 stitches, hop across to the next chain 2 space and make 3 stitches. And we'll then be at the next corner. So we're going to make 3 stitches. Oops. And I've snagged my yarn there. I'm going to make that stitch again. So 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 2 and then make 3 more stitches into that corner. After the 3 stitches, we're going to hop across to the next chain 2 space, 3 stitches, then into the next chain 2 space, 3 stitches, and you'll be at your corner. 3 stitches, chain 2, 3 stitches. So you can press pause if you're making along, and I'll see you at the end of the round. We can finish that first corner together. So I'm just coming up to the end of that round. I'm back to this corner with these 3 stitches and this large chain space to begin with. So I'm going to go into that corner from round 3 and make 3 more stitches. So you can use that chain as a stitch if you want to, but as always, I'm not. After your 3 stitches, just slip stitch into the chain space. And we're done. There we go. 4 rounds. Let me just pull that. You're going to want to block it. Sorry, it's a bit shadowy, isn't it, when I do that? There we go. And I'll see you in the next video.